Now time for the Madbull to have a couple of small upgrades. First of all, I'm changing the aluminium pinion for a steel one. That's part 54628. Keeping it to the 17 tooth. There is a 19 if you want a bit more speed. But what I noticed when they brought out on the DT-01 a year or so ago or two, the Fighter Buggy RX Memorial, it had the shock absorbers, it looked like, off of the off a DT-03. So as they're not expensive, here we go, we've got a set of the 54567 DT-03 CVA damper set, and this was about £22 delivered. So I'm going to make the shocks up and then show fitting them, because you don't need to see how shocks are put together, and the pinion I will just put on. Now we come to fitting the shocks back on. Here's the shocks built. I've used the thicker spacer with every shock. The only problem we've got is minimum. The rears, they're almost the same length. There's nothing in it really. The fronts is a different story. They are shorter, but it's a simple fix, that one is. Now where I'm going to go different is, they use these step screws a lot, and I'm not happy with them. So as we know, these shock absorbers can take bull ends. So these are 50591s, and these are ball collars. Look like that. There we go. Now I won't be able to use them probably on the lower because they're probably too wide. So I can't do it on the front lower, but I can do it on both the rears. So we're going to have to use the screw it comes with. And where the shock is too short, you just fit it on the inner hole. Oh, nearly did the wrong end. Let's put one on. There we go. Now we can fit the shock in with the original screw. Then you can see how it fits on at the top, and it's a perfect fit. I'm going to check the angle, see if it's on. Yeah, because what I've made up is not that one. I'm always running out of spacers and little ones, so I printed loads of different thicknesses. These are 3mm we're going to use. See, little plastic washers, so easy to knock out on the printer. And then I'm low on screws, so the way I do it, to get the same Tamiya ones, I actually buy a bag A from a clodbuster. You get a large amount of screws for £5.50, I think it was. But the main thing is they're all different sizes, and I literally were, well, the last bag I brought, I think it was, ooh, let's have a think, probably 10 years ago. As you can see at the side, there's plenty to choose from. So what we'll do is we will fit a collar on first, and I'm going to take a chance with that length screw, 2 collars, and it should screw nicely in. And I do prefer the machine screws quite a lot. I could have filed this out a bit bigger. That's the same thing. I think what it is they get a bit tight with the first layer of plastic. You know, you get a slight elephant foot in. Yeah, so I'm going to fit a washer on the outside and then go through the shock. And just making up a decision, do I fit one on the inner? Or might just put a metal washer, might be better, that's all that needs. The reason I'm considering the metal washer is because the tube is quite small, and I don't want it cutting into the plastic if you over tighten. So the washer does the job. And there you go. If we push down, it's not easy to do with it off. If we push this side, it's like a boingy boingy, where that side is more damped. But it might need another spacer. Yeah, we will decide. And then the rear, we'll be using two of these ball collets. See, they nicely go on. So for me they're better than the tubes. Now the lower one we've already had a screw on it, so a machine screw at the back. So this is no issue doing this. I think the machine screws have got less chance of backing out anyway than the self-tappers. See again. That will go through. We need another washer. And I'll repeat the same from the top, a plastic collar, unless I fancy moving them out a bit. I might use two plastic at the top. Yeah, because it's very close to the aerial mount, the old aerial mount, so I'll use two of the plastic discs on the top end screw. So I've put one side on and smooth. The other side, the old, you can hear it's clunky and can squeak, but it's working. Now the shocks are on and I've put a battery in, and it's a bit softer on the front. The front might need a little bit more, but the rears, they're fine. So it shows you can use them. There's still good height in the front because you're using the inner position, but I got that suggestion from Tamiya Legends. As he said, put them on the inner ones to keep the height good. But that finishes this section of upgrades. And make sure everything still fits. That'll be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Yeah, it still fits on. The shocks don't touch the body. We'll go up a bit. There we go. And like I said, the much spaced out shocks, so it clears the strengtheners I put on. So really now it's gone from a Madbull, you might as well say, to a Madbull Super G with the shocks and all that and bearings and things.